Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure to introduce my guest today, the one and only Leon Ligan-Majek, also known as Kaleta, who has a legendary career in Afrobeat. Kaleta is a singer, guitar player, percussionist, Afrobeat veteran. Kaleta, you have played with some of the biggest names in Nigerian music history: Fela Kuti, King Sunny, just to name a few. Welcome to the podcast. I'm really excited. Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you for having me, and sorry for the small delay.
Yeah, no,
I'm
no
okay.
worries. Yeah, no problem. You are in New York now, Kaleta, right?
Yes, right now.
You live there, right?
I live here almost all of my
Yeah,
life. Yes.
most of your life. Is it winter now? Is it cold?
It is
Snowy
snow,
weather?
snow leather, very, very snowy.
Yeah,
Yes, very cold.
that's nice. Cool.
Yeah,
So I am in Ecuador, as you might know, in the jungle. Basically, we can call this also the jungle podcast. So here is pretty warm. So
I'm
sending you
jealous.
some sunshine from here. Have you ever been to Latin American countries?
Yes, I've been to few.
Really?
Let me see: Brazil,
Mm-hmm.
Panama,
Mm-hmm.
Mexico.
As part of your musical career, so
Yes,
touring there. Mm-hmm.
yes. If not for COVID-19, I should be in Colombia this year.
Oh my gosh! So
Yeah.
everything changed, right?
Everything changed, but it's
Yeah.
okay. We're gonna
All
wait.
right. So, as I mentioned in the beginning, a legendary career in Afrobeat. So, I guess I suppose music has always been part of your life. Can we maybe start by getting back to those early years growing up in Benin? What are some of your earliest memories? Like, who introduced you to music? Was music always part of your life, or how did all start, so to say?
Yes, I think you said it correctly.
Mhm.
Naturally, as a kid, by the time you attain the age of 4 or 5, you already know how to play drums
Mhm.
by banging on things around you or playing actual drum. In the light of this, I remember when I was 10 years old,
Mhm.
I was playing this drum called Kaleta drum. That's where I got
Mhm.
my name from.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Kalita drum is just a skin, wooden skin drum that everybody is familiar with, and
Uh-huh.
it is usually played by the kids in December during
Uh-huh.
Christmas time.
Oh.
So we will put on some mask. The mask is also called careta,
Uh-huh.
which is
Uh-huh.
mask. So
Masks, right?
yeah, but
Uh-huh.
because of the dialect, we don't pronounce the re. Instead of carre, we say calais. So
Uh-huh.
that means Kaleta. So every kids play
Ah.
that, and we make a little bit of money during Christmas and buy some candy and buy some toys.
Uh-huh.
So I was one of the best, guy kids playing those stuff around. Sometimes I will be the masquerade myself, or sometimes I will play the drum. So that's where I got my name from.
Okay.
But
So,
mostly, I have a brother called Pascal who was
uh-huh.
into music.
Uh-huh.
He loved James Brown, Fela
All right.
Kuti, King
Mm-hmm.
Sunny Ade, and he would blast those stuff every day.
Oh, nice.
And
Older
yeah,
brother, right?
my older brother,
Mm-hmm.
he passed away last year. Um,
I'm sorry.
yes, thank you. So that's how he really revived the music in me, and
Mm-hmm.
probably going to church for the choir stuff as a kid also helped a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. So maybe we can talk a little bit about the genesis of Afrobeat. So I know then you moved to Nigeria, right?
Yes, as a kid, I moved to Nigeria, and you
Uh-huh.
can recall that Nigeria was just close to me. So,
Yeah.
if not for the border, you won't even know you're in Nigeria because I was born in a place that have the Yoruba culture. You know, the
The
only
Yoruba culture. Yeah.
Yes, we were born
Yeah.
into
So.
the Yoruba culture, the
Uh-huh.
same culture as in other states, many states in Nigeria. So we didn't know that, we didn't feel the difference,
Uh-huh.
except that uh, we learned French in school. If not
All
for
right.
the French, we would have thought we are still in Nigeria.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
So I think this is fascinating because the music of Nigeria is, it has such a long tradition, right? It has so many kinds of folk and popular music, many styles, right, that are related to these ethnic groups that you mentioned. How many ethnic groups are there, or what are the main ethnic groups that we can maybe mention here?
You're talking about Benin or Nigeria?
Nigeria, yes. Oh,
Well,
and Benin. You can also tell us a little
well,
bit
in
about. I
Benin
mean,
we
I would
we
love to hear that.
oh, that's
Mhm.
great. In Benin we have approximately 50 languages. Let me say 50 languages, or maybe 50,
50.
50 or dialect,
Oh my
50
gosh,
language or
dialect.
dialect.
Hmm.
In
Hmm.
Nigeria we have 250.
250.
50. Okay, and one of the main language in Benin is Fon, Gun, Yoruba, and the
Uh-huh.
same one in Nigeria is Yoruba, Igbo, and Hausa. So you can see Yoruba is very important in both countries.
Uh-huh.
You know that they're mainly spoken by Benin and Nigeria at the same time. Yeah.
Wow. So, and I guess every ethnic group has its own music and instruments, right?
Yes,
Techniques, songs.
different kind of music. In fact, you are being bombarded by different style of music that you only have to
Mhm.
grab whichever you can.
Uh-huh.
So what I'm doing is just a fraction
Yeah.
of things that were happening around me.
Wow, that's so amazing, right? That's so amazing. So
Yeah.
that's, so to say, the traditional music, no? And then eventually, I don't know, sometime around the 50s or maybe earlier, or in the 60s, I don't know exactly. So when did you had your first contact with jazz and funk music?
Yes, talking about jazz,
Mhm.
I always run away from jazz. I just didn't like jazz
Mhm.
because I always thought that jazz, someone had to teach you jazz, and
Yeah.
I did not have anybody to teach me jazz.
Mhm.
But they, if
Did
I,
you study music, Kaleta? Did you study music?
oh no, I never studied. I don't
No.
know. I can't read music. I
So
have
you
never.
basically play
Yes,
by ear, no?
by ear, I never read music.
Mhm.
Even up to now, I can't read anything in music.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
But thank God for my brother. He has
Uh-huh.
a stash of records.
Uh-huh.
I remember the Who, very loud rock band.
Uh-huh.
I
The Who,
remember
yeah,
the
sure.
Who. I remember all the R&B, old R&B guys in the
Uh-huh.
60s, 70s.
Uh-huh.
The list is too long. I can't even, I mean, call any name right now. Every one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So many. My brother would blast them, but there's
Mm-hmm.
one particular one that he used to sing. That's James
Yeah.
Brown. When he
James
sings
Brown.
James Brown, he will invite me in the room and ask me to sit down, and he will be singing like he's the
Uh-huh.
James Brown.
Do you remember what time? What year was that? Was it in the 70s?
It could be around when this song "Sit Loud and Black and Proud"
Oh yeah.
came out,
So yeah.
or this very one that says. It is a man's word, something like
Yeah.
that, because my brother will sit down. And the other one is called Johnny Pacheco. That is a
Uh-huh.
salsa kind of
Salsa,
style.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Johnny Pacheco. And because his name is Pascal, he's changed his name to Pacheco himself.
Really?
And he will be singing Pacheco today, James Brown tomorrow, Sunny Ade
Uh-huh.
tomorrow, Fela
Uh-huh.
Kuti. And I heard the song Fela Kuti called Jem Kuku. That's Shop and Quench. That was the album that I heard for the
Uh-huh.
first time.
Uh-huh.
So I always say the genesis of everything from music coming out from Benin. I think outside Benin was because of my brother was into that. But I was
Mhm.
also listening to Polyrhythmo, which is a big band in Benin in those days.
Yeah.
But I was captivated by the way they also try to play music like that. But I would say BBC, Voice of America, that my brother also blasting to me, helped me a little bit before I moved to Nigeria.
Uh-huh. So you also got all that invasion of Western music and instruments, right? And then
Yes,
So you said you never really studied music, but maybe from your whole experience, like I love African music. I really when the drummer of my band and I, when we discovered Afrobeat, and we were just amazed of these complex rhythms and polyrhythms,
wow,
everything you also said. So,
yes,
but what we also ask ourselves, like, like, what is sort of the message behind this? Like, is there, how can we understand Afrobeat? So Fela Kuti is probably the godfather of Afrobeat, right?
of course,
Um,
yeah.
so is there sort of a, I don't know, a philosophy of this? I know he also got involved in social and political matters. So what is sort of the message behind Afrobeat music?
Well, our Afrobeat is the music of protest. Is
Yeah,
the music of revolution. Is the
yeah, it
music
is.
of for those who don't have arms,
Mm-hmm.
who don't have guns to fight, and you
Mm-hmm.
are ready, and you should always be ready for the government because they will never give you peace.
Yeah,
So it is the music of the masses. There was Afrobeat before Fela Kuti came in, but he coined his own brand of music,
yeah, yeah,
made it more political. Who was the only one that could do what he was doing, and
yeah,
that was propulsing. So if you take away the politics, it's just going to be Afrobeat. But
yeah,
music plus Afrobeat, that's Fela Kuti.
yeah, yeah.
In fact,
I
I'm wearing his hat right now as I'm talking to you. Fela Kuti's hat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Questlove, Questlove, he once said that Fela is not, it's not microwave music, is it's like a souffle.
Yeah,
I
souffle.
love that. I love that. No, it's
Oh,
like
yeah, I never heard that
it's
before,
incredible
but
to hear
that
to
makes
hear.
sense to me. Yes.
Uh-huh. And when did you meet him? Because you of course you went on tour with Fela during the 80s and 90s, right?
Yes.
So
Well,
did he contact you, or how did you meet?
before we go into that, I have a link online that says
Uh-huh.
Kaleta, the day I met Fela. I have about 2 pages about that. I
Oh,
narrated
really?
everything there.
You wrote an article about
It's
that?
the article about 10 years ago, probably.
Oh,
And
awesome. Awesome.
it's right there.
Yeah.
It's called,
We can post a link in the podcast description. Then I would love to.
exactly. Go to
Yeah.
afropop.org
Uh huh.
and write Kaleta meeting Fela. You see
Ah,
everything's published there. So
Afropop.org.
afropop.org.
That's nice because I was doing some research and I didn't find a lot of information about that.
Oh, it's there. I actually found it last week also,
Cool.
right there. Otherwise,
Afropop.org.
afropop.org,
Mm-hmm.
Kalita meeting fella, or the day I
Then
met
then
fella.
you describe the med
Yeah, I will say a little bit about it.
yeah, yeah, like very
First of
briefly.
all, when I left Benin, I never thought I would be in music. I left
Uh-huh.
Benin as a kid because I was curious about other countries. I just want to
Yeah.
see the world. I was not thinking about music at all.
Did
So
you live alone or with your family?
I left alone, nobody.
Alone.
And
Uh-huh.
I didn't know anybody. I have no
Uh-huh.
contact. I just knew that Nigeria
Wow.
is less than an hour from me, and
Okay.
I just hopped into a taxi
So it
and
was just
went.
out of curiosity in a way then.
Curiosity. I knew
Yeah.
if the things were hard, I would just come back the same day because it's not far.
Uh-huh.
So
Wow.
on
How
getting
old were
there,
you?
I found
How old were you again, Kaleta? Sorry to interrupt you.
12, 13,
12.
maybe
So you were
12,
12
13.
years old and you decided, I'm going to Nigeria. Right.
Yes, I didn't know if it's me who did it or something pushed me. I don't know. I can't remember exactly why it's happened that
Yeah.
way
Yeah.
because nobody took me there.
Okay, go
So
on. Sorry
I
to interrupt you.
yeah,
Mhm.
no problem. So when I got there, I have nowhere to stay. So I just saw kids playing football, and I joined them after the football. I said I
Mhm.
have nowhere to stay, so they took me to their house, and
Mhm.
I started living in Lagos just like that.
Mhm.
So, but because I was acquainted to a church, the same
Mhm.
church had a headquarters in Benin, where we wear white garment. It's called Celestial Church of Christ. So I
Mhm.
went to that church, and with the little guitar that I knew, I was self-taught when I was in Benin. Nobody taught me guitar because you couldn't find
Mhm.
guitar anywhere.
Mhm.
But I had a toy guitar that I learned on my own by ears or something like that. I went to that church and nobody was playing guitar, and there was a
Mhm.
guitar. So I started playing it, and I became a big a guitar player in the church. People just was fascinated by
Mm-hmm.
what, so they decided to get more musical instrument for the church.
Wow, cool.
After playing for a while, I I heard King Sunny Ade's music by through the window of the church.
Uh-huh.
Sunny Ade was playing in the open street where people were there, and I said, "Wow, this is the guy I so much like. So let me just see what's happening." So I
Uh-huh.
went to the street, and here hundreds of people gathered around him, and he was playing. So
Uh-huh.
I waited to the end at the end of the show, and I said, "Oh, I'm from Benin. My name is Kaleta, and I can play guitar. Can I play guitar with your in your band?" He looked at me with curiosity and said, "Wow, look at this young guy looking at me and telling me he wants to play in my band. He must, maybe he
Mhm.
has it." So he invited me. I went to his house. That was it. And
Wow.
he took me in the band because the band was disbanded in Japan. When they
Uh-huh.
went on tour, they came back. There were no guitar players, all the stuff, and I just fit in like that. And
Yeah.
that was the
So
beginning with
yeah,
Sunny Ade.
wow.
I'm sorry you didn't ask me about Sunny Ade, but for Fela,
That's
I just decided to go and to his house, and I told him the same thing. I said, "Fela, I can play guitar. I
yeah.
want to play in your band." And he said, "Yes." And
Go for it. So
he just gave
basically,
me
you
a
introduce
guitar.
yourself. Mhm.
I introduced
Hustle a
myself.
little bit.
I
Yeah.
just hustle, and it works. That's how I became a member of the band.
Yeah. Wow, that's so
Just
cool. And
yeah.
also because there weren't really guitar players at that time, right? Did I get
Oh,
it right? Yes.
you're talking about Fela, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Fela was having four guitar players at that time.
Oh, okay.
He
Hmm.
he never had enough, because he need three guitar player on stage,
Yeah.
and there have to be one or two off stage also in case anything
It was
happen.
a big group, no?
It is
How many
group.
people were around Fela when you had like a concert or when you were on tour?
It was 44.
44 people.
Yeah,
Jesus.
but yeah, when I was on tour with him, the last one was 22. But before then, it was
22.
44 people. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Wow. And so and also talking now maybe about the technical part of music, like I don't know if you can explain this, but is there like a formula to play African beats and rhythms? I mean, you play guitar, but you started with drums, right? So how do you
Yes.
learn that? How can we understand that polyrhythm section of Afrobeat? Let's say for somebody who wants to learn how to play that, what would you
Yes.
say?
Like every country has culture,
Yeah,
and if you are born to that culture, yeah, you will know certain things naturally. So
yeah,
you don't have to learn that much. You just find out that you got it. So, for instance, if you are born in Italy and they say, "Oh, they eat a lot of pasta there,"
yeah.
you're not going to say, "Oh, how do you guys eat pasta here?"
How do you
No.
make? Yeah,
How do you eat it? Well, or how do you
yeah,
make it? It is part of them.
yeah.
It is part of that culture.
It's
So
just
I
part
can
of you,
say
right?
it's
Yeah.
just part of me. So
Mm-hmm.
knowing Afrobeat, polyrhythmic, rhythmic, because you are surrounded with different kind of different ethnical group, they have different way of playing something. But one thing I learned is that they're all based on almost the same thing. It doesn't matter
Yeah,
what language you're speaking, the music radiates around the same culture. And the beats, you don't have to count. You don't have to say, where is the one, two, three? No. It just
uh-huh.
comes to you naturally. You hear it, you play it. So
Yeah,
I didn't know about counting until I came to America. You
yeah.
know, yeah. So it is just something natural.
It's natural and it's hard to
Yes. Yeah.
hard to explain. I can relate to that because I also play the same kind of way. But I lived in Germany, and Germans are like
Okay.
really technical and stuff. That they really want to get into numbers and things. And
Yes.
and the drummer of my band, he learned all these polyrhythmic rhythms and patterns, and he always explained to me that like with numbers and stuff, and I never understood that. I kind of knew how to play, but I never
Yes.
understood what he was
Yes.
talking about. Yeah.
Yes. I'm
So
sorry. There's an incident with Fela. Um,
yeah,
he was counting. I mean, he was counting music for us on stage. He will not
yeah.
never say one, two, three. He will just say, "Get ready," ready?
Yeah.
Then he will say, ready? Everybody say yes. He will say,
Yeah.
so you have to count. So I decided to count with my leg. I was counting one. He just stood on my leg and said, don't count it, don't count it,
Yeah.
just come in, just come in.
Really.
And the
Yeah.
next thing, the music just kept gliding like that. And I said, wow, I will never
And
count again.
but I think Fela actually studied music. No, I think he went to England, right? Am I
Oh
right?
yeah, he went to England. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. He
Yeah.
learned classical and jazz, all
Yeah.
the stuff. Yeah,
Wow.
that yeah probably
Nice.
helped him a
A
lot.
truly master, right? It's incredible to hear
Yes,
Fella's. Was he a nice
yes.
guy? Did you have fun always? I guess it was always
that's,
fun
that's a good
sharing
question.
the stage with him.
It's a good question. It depends on
Yeah.
your relationship with him. You
Yeah.
know,
Okay.
yeah. If you look like a policeman or military guys or politician from Nigeria, you're gonna have a hard time.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, but if you are ordinary person like him, he's a very sweet, nice guy.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tony Allen, another legend.
Yes,
He passed away, unfortunately, right?
yes.
What a great loss. What was he like? Did you have any memories? Any?
Well, ironically, I spoke to him a week before he died.
Oh.
Yeah, he was supposed to feature Super Yamba band,
Uh-huh.
the band I've been working with. I did not tell the band.
Yeah.
It was between me and Tony. I wanted
Yeah.
to surprise the band. We went to Texas to
Uh-huh.
record the new album that was supposed to come
Hmm.
out this year. We
Hmm.
did 6 songs. Oh no, we did 10 songs. But I told them it's gonna be 11, but they didn't know. Why? Because I was working. I was talking to Tony. I wanted Tony to come in to New York, and suddenly he's going to be with us, and we're going to record the 11th album song. But unfortunately, he passed away 1 or 2 weeks before that happened. Yeah,
Oh.
it's going to be very much missed. Well, my relationship with him, I only met him twice.
Hmm.
First at the shrine in Lagos when he came back from France. He's already left the band, and he came to say hi to people, and I met him. The second time he came to New York to play with a band somewhere, his band. And
Hmm.
that's all. I never met him physically for a long time, only twice.
Only twice when you were
Yeah,
touring. How many languages do you speak actually, Kaleta?
I speak only 13 language, only. But
Only how many? 13?
yeah, 1 3, yeah. But
Okay.
um, I'm more conversant with Yoruba, French, Goon,
Hmm.
Fon, and maybe English. Those 5 languages, I'm very
Yeah.
conversant with them. But
Uh-huh.
others, it's
Okay.
okay. It's just like, you know,
Yeah.
by,
And what
by
is
and by.
what? Yeah. And is there official language of Afrobeat? Like, do you combine those languages when you sing?
Yes, they, I mean, they approve. Let me say, they approve language
Approve. Yeah.
of Afrobeat is Pidgin English, broken
Yeah.
English.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, because
and
when I listen to some tracks, I can hear some hints of English sometimes a little bit, and also of other languages.
yes,
Yeah.
it is so because Fela wants the language to go across Nigeria and West Africa, and the other one is Yoruba. But to me, it's not necessary. So
Yeah.
any language you infuse into Afrobeat is going to work. Any music that you change into Afrobeat is going to work. If it's the funk, it will work. If it's rock, it's going to work. If it's blues, it's going to work. All you have to do is to be cognizant. Make sure that the stick and the shekere
Hmm.
match. Those are the very important part of the music that we keep the music that will give the flavor of Afrobeat. The shekere, the stick, and the conga,
Yeah.
followed by the drum. Once you can put those things together, it doesn't matter which language you put in, it's going to be fine. I heard some Spanish related Afrobeat that sounds so
Yeah.
good. I heard so many, it doesn't really matter. But because Afrobeat is from Nigeria, in a way, broken English is cool with it because
Yeah.
most people can understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Yoruba music. So as far as I know, this is and as you also mentioned, the music of the Yoruba people, right, of
Yes,
Nigeria and
yes,
Benin, also, right,
yeah.
and I think it also has a very important aspect. What I don't know if is this religion, because I know that some, for example, in some Caribbean countries and styles,
Yes,
music styles,
yeah.
this music is used in Santeria, for example, or other practices. Are you also related to that, to this part, to this mystical part of music? I don't know how to call it exactly.
Everybody that I know is related to it, but
Uh-huh.
um, we have some kind of restriction
Uh-huh.
as a Christian. Your parent might have told you, do not go into that,
Yeah.
and that may make you feel a little bit guilty because they just want you to face your Bible and be a good Christian. But
Yeah.
those religion, that religion had been in Africa before Christianity even came in. So the only way you can really relate to it is when you grow up. You start growing up. You say, "Oh, okay, I'm grown up now. Nobody's going to tell me what to do or not to help."
Mhm.
But as a kid, your parent may not want you to go into it if you are Christian. So I heard all this music is part of what we've been listening to it as a kid. It's just like natural also. Um, yeah, and Yoruba being a very big language, it fits in with Santeria stuff also.
Uh-huh.
And by the way, Benin is the capital of Santeria. People don't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really.
yeah, it
Um,
is. A lot of people don't know that. It was exported to Brazil, different countries.
yeah.
Since both countries speak the same language, so but Benin was the root of voodoo and Santeria music. Yeah,
Yeah. Wow.
yeah,
Wow. That's an interesting topic.
yeah.
That's been, do you think that Afrobeat is sort of taking over pop music nowadays, or over the last couple of years? I have a feeling that Afrobeat is kind of going more popular and global these days. What are your thoughts about what do you think are the opportunities, the challenges, maybe the advantages? Because I was watching I think it was a documentary about this Burna Boy. Do you know Burna Boy? This
Oh yeah,
sort
of
of a
course.
new
I know.
pop star
Yes, I
from
know.
Africa. So
Yeah.
do you think the next big pop star will come from Africa? How do you see the future of African music?
First, we have to differentiate between Afrobeat. We have
Yeah,
Afrobeat and we have Afrobeat with S. Afrobeat with S is just African pop music.
yeah,
It's like it's
exactly.
African music laced with pop. But
Yeah,
Afrobeat without S is has to do with Fela Kuti's style of music,
yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
which is very jazzy. But
Hmm.
that music have been overrun by Afrobeat with S now because the youth don't go into Fela Kuti's music that much. So they
Yeah.
coin their own Afrobeat, which is Afropop. Like Burna Boy,
Hmm.
he probably is the only one right now who is fusing Fela Kuti's style with the Afropop. That's true Afrobeat.
Hmm. Hmm.
Something I've been thinking about for years, but I just didn't want to do it. I was looking for the right guy to do it. But here, this guy come and I say, "Oh wow, I've been thinking about this." But that's beautiful.
Hmm.
I think Afrobeat is going to, whichever it is going to stay for a long time because it's now global.
Yeah, yeah,
In Africa, we used to go for funk, we used to go for jazz and pop music from Europe, from America. But now it is the other way around. It's coming out from Africa now, and it's going to stay for a while. I think so
yeah,
because it is
yeah,
being embraced by the people
yeah.
worldwide. I
I
believe
think,
so.
yeah, I think it's like a global movement right now because it happens also with, if you think about reggaeton and trap,
Yes,
it's also it's a big industry now, no? Coming from Latin America now. No? So
yes,
it's not necessarily the music that I listen to that I like, but I really admire how so many producers and artists are now are on the Billboard top ranking and stuff. No? So that's incredible. No? It's hard
yes.
to understand. So um, let's see what happens. We don't know. And what have you been doing all this time? The pandemic, how has it changed life?
Yes.
Um,
The pandemic was also an opportunity for me to do so many things that I never had time to do.
Yeah,
Thank God the studios are not closed; they are there. They only
yeah,
that
yeah.
everything have changed. You don't have to be so many people in the studio anymore. You can work with the engineer one on one, and you can
Mhm.
wear mask and do what you want, but you cannot wear mask to sing actually. But since March last year, after I recorded 11 songs with Super Yamba band, I
Yeah.
also work on 23 new songs apart from
All
Super
right.
Yamba. And
Mhm.
this weekend, I'm going to be working on 3 or 4 more songs. So many things have
Awesome.
happened, and this year it's going to be
So, are you
more than.
working on a solo project? It's like
Oh,
a
yeah,
like a,
2 solo
okay.
projects. I'm working with
Mhm.
another band called Micro Corgi.
Mhm.
Yeah, the drummer is from Russia, the guitarist from Japan, the other guy is from New Orleans, and the other
Oh,
guy
cool.
also is from Brooklyn, and me, just 5 people.
Uh huh.
We have recorded 5 songs, 2 more to go. And also, I'm doing a lot of collaboration with a lot of DJs worldwide, working on so many things.
Nice. So
Yeah,
you're spending a lot of time in the studio and making
yeah,
music now all the time.
yes, a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I follow you on Instagram. You're always posting some
Oh,
videos of you playing guitar and stuff.
yes, I didn't even know that. I forgot. Yes, I'm gonna check it out later.
Yeah, cool.
Yes, yeah.
Uh, so looking back, what do you have like a what will be the most memorable moment in your career? I don't know, a memorable night or can you tell us a few stories about 30 or more years on the stage?
It had to do with meeting people.
Yeah,
The day I met Fela, the day I
yeah.
met King Sunny Ade, and the day I met Lauryn Hill. Uh,
Lauryn Hill. Yeah, you also have collab with her, no?
yes,
Yeah,
all those three meetings are very symbolic because it has to do with
yeah,
music and it has to do with
yeah,
acceptance.
yeah,
That kind of propels you to. That's kind of indication that you are doing the right thing. You are doing
yeah.
what you would love to do, kind of thing. So
Have you ever met James Brown? Did you meet him?
no,
No.
he was in Nigeria, but I did not have chance to. I did not even know that he came there
Yeah,
because probably I wasn't in Nigeria at that time. I never met him.
yeah.
Yes,
So you're working on new projects with the Super Jamba band. Also, is a new album coming out this year?
probably this year. It's supposed to come out last year because
Yeah,
it's ready. It's mastered. We are ready for it.
it's
It could be
ready.
anytime
Oh,
this year. It's ready. It's ready for
awesome.
it's food. It's ready to eat.
It's
Yes,
already there.
yes,
That's
yes.
awesome. So maybe I will contact Daniel then to make another podcast because we made a podcast last year
Yeah.
to promote a little bit
Okay.
the first. It was the first album of the band, yeah, no?
Yeah, that was the first one.
Super Yummy band, the first album,
Yeah,
which is an
this is the
amazing
second
one.
one.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's gonna be the second one.
Yes.
Awesome. Kaleta, it was a pleasure talking to you. I don't know if there is anything else you want to know the world about you.
You said it all, and
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, no.
yes,
Sure.
type my name on Google. You get all the information. It's right there.
Yeah, people can find you pretty much everywhere. No, you are Instagram at
Yes.
Kaleta Music, right?
Yes.
At Kaleta Music. Also on
Yeah. Right
Facebook,
there.
I
On
guess.
Facebook is the same name, Leon Kaleta, something like that, or Zozo Afrobeat. It depends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zozo Afrobeat.
Yes. Also,
Yeah. What does Zozo stand for?
Zozo means something that has fire on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, fire Afrobeat. Some kind of fire around Afrobeat.
When was the last time? So I guess you can travel right now. Do you how often do you normally? So before pandemic, how often did you travel to Africa, Nigeria? So,
I've not been to Nigeria for a while, but I'm going there
mhm,
very soon. I'm
mhm.
waiting for COVID-19 to come down a little bit. I don't want to go during pandemic, but I've been planning. because I have some collaboration over there to work on, but I'm going to wait until everything's clear. But yeah, I usually go to Europe, but now I have to wait to go to Nigeria and Benin. I really want to go this year.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, Kaleta. Thank you for your music. Thank you for your time. I wish you all the best. And
thank you too. Thank you for having me.
All right, Kaleta. Bye.